Hello, this is John with Brainstorm Comics and Gaming. I'm the co-owner of the store. The purpose of this video series is to let you know what's coming out 3 weeks from now. So for those of you who don't know, Diamond offers what they call the final order cutoff date. For that, stores have the ability to adjust their orders 3 weeks before a title comes out. So we're going to highlight certain books that we think that we may be under-ordered, maybe over-ordered. We want you to help us out so we can make sure that the book you're looking forward to 3 weeks from now is in your box. One of the most disheartening things that a comic collector can go through is when they come in on a Wednesday and that book that they've been looking for is missing from the shelf. Either the store ordered it or it ended up being hotter than what everybody expected it to be. So we're going to go over some cool covers, cool storylines. Hopefully you enjoy the series. So let's get started. The first book that is up is Fight Club 3, number 4. The cover is by Duncan Fegredo. This is just a really cool looking cover. It's a close-up of a guy's mouth with Tyler's son being led into it by a penguin. Kind of reminds me of the Marvel Knights story that Joe Quesada did a couple years ago, probably like 10 years ago at this point. Also check that one out if you've never read that one. The second one is Batgirl number 34, the variant cover. That one is by Joshua Middleton. Very cool cover with Batgirl standing next to the clock tower, looking out over the city. Very heroic pose. Josh Middleton's been doing some excellent covers. For those who know, I've been a fan of his ever since he was working on cross-gen titles 15 years ago. He's definitely grown as an artist, showing a whole bunch of different styles. This is another great cover by him. Next up is Batman Beyond, number 31, the variant cover. In all honesty, this is not one that really appeals to me that much, but Ben Oliver is the one doing the cover. He's a very popular artist right now. A lot of his covers are definitely gaining traction. We did order tightly on this one, so if you are interested in this one, let us know by 5 o'clock on Monday, April 1st. It's just a close-up of Batman Beyond looking downward, Terry looking downward. Like I said, it's a very simple cover. That's probably why it doesn't appeal to me that much, but again, Ben Oliver, very popular artist right now. Next up is Justice League Dark, the B cover for that one. Clayton Crane is the artist. He has a good group shot on this one. Like most of his work, it is a little darker than the average comic book artist. Still a very good team photo though, or team picture though. I've always been a fan of his. He has kind of that heavy metal look in a lot of his stuff. It's kind of toned down in this one, but still a very good cover. Next up is Naomi 1, 2, and 3, the final printings for those. Like we said last week, DC has been doing a series of these. What they're doing is they're announcing that these are the final time that they're going to reprint them. The covers are just the original covers, recolored. Normally what DC does is a red tint to them. I don't know whether that's what they're going to do because the image isn't available yet. Just, it's going to be a different coloring of the original one. Next up we have Wonder Woman, the B cover. This cover is done by David Finch. In this one she's holding her sword while also whipping her lasso around. David Finch has been around for quite some time. He always does good stuff. This one's no exception. Let us know if you want to add this one to your list so you don't miss out on it. The other cool thing about all of the DC variant covers is they're the Virgin covers, so you get mostly art on the cover instead of a giant logo. Does it for DC. The next book we have is Ghost Tree number 1 by IDW. This one just sounded like a cool story. To read you the solicit for it, it says, seeking refuge from an unhappy life, Brant returns to his ancestral home in Japan to find a haunted tree and the departed souls that are drawn to it, including his grandfather. Brant attempts to heal some of history's wounds, but will he be able to find any measure of peace for himself when someone special from his past returns? I don't know anything about this creative crew. The writer is Bobby Curnow, and the artist is Simon Gain. It just sounds like a very cool story. Horror is very popular right now. You might want to check that one out. Following up that one, we move into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder in Hell Director's Cut. That series has been getting some heats. People are enjoying it. The cover is by Mateus Santaluco. For those who have missed this series, you may want to check it out. Cover is pretty cool. Shredder's surrounded by like tentacles. Looks like a Cthulhu sort of thing grabbing at him. From there, we move to Image. First one up for that is Ascender. This is the sequel to the Descender series. That one was very popular for us. If you're on Descender, it's automatically going to get pulled for you. If it's something that sounds interesting to you, we can definitely start adding this one to your list. Jeff Lemire is writing it. Dustin Nguyen is doing the art. Has another great cover by Dustin. He's been doing some great stuff on there. Following up Image, we move to Marvel. The first one for them, we have Age of Conan Bellet #1. It's the second printing. It has a cover by Sana Takeda on the cover. Sana Takeda definitely has a lot of fans out there right now, doing some great work. If you're interested in that one, check it out. Let me know whether you want it by Monday at 5 p.m. Next up, we have Amazing Spider-Man #20. This one has two variant covers that people may be interested in. The first one is a 1 in 25. Unfortunately, the cover is not available to us to show you. Mark Bagley is the one doing the cover though. After his run on Ultimate Spider-Man, obviously he's associated very deeply with the character. Even without seeing it, it's a pretty good bet that it's going to be a good cover. The other cover is by Lino Yu. Again, the cover unfortunately is not available for us to see. The reason it made the list though is because he's a popular artist. He very rarely disappoints. Also, just so you can let us know whether you are interested in it or not. Next up is Avengers #18. Alex Ross has a Marvel's 25th anniversary tribute cover to it. Not much you can really add to Alex Ross's accolades. The guy does awesome painted work. This one is no different, as you can see on screen. Let us know. This one is an order all you want. If you let us know in advance, we can make sure that one's in your box. Next up is another second printing. It is Avengers No Road Home #6. Yasmin Putri did the cover. It looks very impressive, as you can see on the screen for this one as well. Yasmin does some great pieces. Definitely don't want to miss out on that. We can order as many as we want on that one. If you want it, let us know. We can ensure it's in your box. Following up that one is a cover by Raza. Black Panther #11, the Asgardian variant. I know a lot of people have problems with the theme variants that Marvel does from time to time. Raza, however, does some very, very phenomenal pieces. This one's no different. Black Panther is flying towards the screen, or towards the reader as he's choking out a character. Definitely check that one out. Again, let us know by 5 o'clock on Monday if you are interested in that one. Next up is another second printing. It's Conan the Barbarian #4 second printing. Esad Ribic did the cover. Esad is a very popular artist right now. He's had quite a good run. I think it's like over a decade at this point, probably like 15 years. Another great cover by him. If you're interested, this one is again another one we can order as many copies as we want. Next up is the Fantastic Four #9. Bill Sienkiewicz did a cover for this one. I would say it's not quite as good as the one that came out last week, the Invisible Woman cover. This one's Johnny Storm. It's still good, just not quite. It's not as eye-catching to me as the other one. This one is 1 out of 25, so we're only going to have one copy of that. I don't know what the price on it will be at this point, but we will have at least one copy of that one. Next up is Guardians of the Galaxy #1, the third printing. Covers by David Marquez. Guardians of the Galaxy is being written by Donny Cates, so it's got a lot of hype behind it right now. Since this is the third printing, we can order as many copies as we want. Again, if you let us know, we can make sure that one's in your box as well. Next up, we have a series of new printings. So we have Immortal Hulk #10, Immortal Hulk #11, Immortal Hulk #12, Immortal Hulk 16, Immortal Hulk 8, Immortal Hulk 9. Some people will find it cool, some people will find it infuriating. The Immortal Hulk 16 one. For every 25 copies we order, we can order the 1 in 25, a second printing of the 1 in 25 variant of the original first printing of number 16. For those of you who don't know, that one is selling like crazy on eBay right now. It's like $175. It may have come down since they've announced this. I know some people are scared that it's going to hurt the value of the original one. Some people think this one's going to be worth more because there will be fewer of it. I don't know. I will say we can order as many copies of number 16, the non 1 in 25 as we want. If you are dead set on getting the 1 in 25, if you order the 25 copies of the normal one, we'll throw in the 1 in 25 for free. I don't necessarily recommend that. It seems like a weird thing that Marvel's doing the 1 in 25 on a second printing. Next up is Spider-Man Life Story second printing of number 1. I love the cover to number 1. This one is a black and white version of it, so it stands out even more. I've always been a fan of the black and white covers. Then we have Superior Spider-Man number 5. There is a Order All You Want variant to this one. It's by Carlos Pacheco. Carlos Pacheco, I've always liked his style. He's been around for quite some time. It's another one of the Asgardian theme variants, but I like this one a lot. Then we have a new series coming out. Thanos number 1. They're relaunching that. There are 2 particular covers that I think might be popular. One is by Ariel Olivetti. Pretty cool cover with Thanos looming over Gamora with a sickle. Olivetti always does great work, great pieces. This one tells a story within the artwork, which is always a great thing. Next up is the other variant for that one. It's by Gerald Perel. It's a 1 in 50 variant. Gamora sitting on Thanos' shoulder. Again, just tells a very good story. Perel's doing some great stuff right now. Definitely don't miss out. That one is 1 in 25, so we're only going to get 1 copy of that one. Next up is Venom. Again, it's one of the Asgardian theme variants. However, it's by, and I'm gonna mispronounce the name, and I apologize, Enyok Lee. Just a great action piece on this one. Lee is doing some phenomenal pieces. It's this one's no different. Definitely recommend this. Plus, this issue is written by Cullen Bunn, who's great at horror. So definitely one you don't want to miss out on. That one is an Order All You Want, so if you are interested in that one, we can guarantee you that one in your box if you let us know on Monday by 5. Next up, we have War of the Realms, the Uncanny X-Men one. John Tyler Christopher is doing the variant. Unfortunately, the image is not available yet. It's a 1 in 50. I think we're getting 1 copy of that one in. Christopher is doing some great pieces. If you were following his Black Order, or his variant covers on Black Order, you know what I'm talking about. The other variant is by Will Spartaccio. He has the 1 in 25 variant, so we'll probably have 2 of those coming in. Wills has been around in the industry for a while at this point. He was supposed to be one of the founding members of Image. Unfortunately, he had some personal problems when that all went off. He always does great work. Unfortunately, there's no cover available, so I can't show it to you, but it should be a good piece because he always does good pieces. We have Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the FOC Mercado variant. The team is jumping off into a battle in this one. Just a cool looking visual. So next up is Queen of Bad Dreams by Vault Comics. This one sounds like a cool story as well. The solicit for this one reads, when a dream entity known as a figment emerges from a dreamer's mind, it's Dahlher's job as an IJ to track them down and make the call. Reinsert the figment and grant them agency in our world. After an especially powerful figment escapes the dreams of an even more powerful politician's son, Dahlher is pulled headlong into an investigation that traces all the way back to an incident that sent dreams, even nightmares, spilling into our reality. Again, it just sounds like a cool story. Vault puts out some interesting things. I'm a fan of the B cover. Both covers are pretty cool though. Next up we have Dark Red by Aftershock. So one that didn't make the the list from earlier in the week because we've added it in there. Dark Red #1, second printing. We sold out of #1 very, very quickly. This is a vampire story by Tim Seeley. Lots of hype around it. We did very well with the first issue. If you want the second printing, let us know. But also the second printing, issue #2 is also on the FOC. This has a cool vampire looking, cool vampire cover. This vampire woman is holding up a heart in front as she's holding up the U.S. flag. I haven't had a chance to read it, but like I said, it is a cool looking cover. And that's all that we have for this week. So our goal for this week is 100 views. Last week we ended up with 55. Our goal overall is to make sure that we help you get the books that you want in your box. If you let us know by Monday, April 1st at 5 p.m., all the ones that we went over in this list, we can make sure that they're in your box. Outside of the 1 in 25 and 1 in 50 ratios, I mean, obviously that one, whoever asked for it first, we give precedence to. Also, we're going to include the full list of the FOC. We're going to link the Brainstorm website in the description, so you can go to that and see everything that's on FOC. So if we didn't highlight it, maybe it's a book that you definitely want to make sure that you don't miss. You can look over that list and let us know from that as well. Be sure to visit us at brainstormcomics.com. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Visit us in downtown Frederick at 54 East Patrick Street. We're always adding more and more comics to our back issues, to the wall. And hopefully you enjoyed the video. Let us know what you think, and let us know what you're particularly looking forward to 3 weeks from now. Thank you.